Be'ezras Hashem Yisbarech, we are continuing with Perek Sheni in the Rambam's Hilchos Talmud Torah, the second chapter in the Rambam's Laws of Torah Study, in his Sefer Mada, his book of knowledge. In today's Perek, we're going to discuss different schoolings for children and Talmud Torah, how they should learn Torah. Halacha Aleph, Ma'ishivin, Malam Detinekes B'chol Medina Umedino V'chol Plach Uplach. There should be teachers of Torah for children in every city and every region. V'chol ir she'ein ba tinokes shel beis rabon. Machrimin as anshe ha'ir ad shemaishivin melamed tinokes. Any city that's lacking a primary level of Torah teaching for children should be put into cherem, which is a ostracism, which we'll speak about more later in Hilchos Talmud Torah, until they hire a rebbe to teach the kids. Im loy ha'yishivu machrivin as ha'ir she'eino oila miskayim ela behevel pm shel tinokes shel beis rabon. If they don't hire this teacher, we should destroy the city, because the world only stands on the learning of these children. The children have an ability to learn Torah on a very pure level without any negative influences, and therefore their Torah study is considered to be very important. Halacha Beis, the Rambam is going to speak about some of these teaching methods. Machnisin es hatinoikes lislamid keben sheish keben shava lefi kayach haben uvinyan gufay. We enter these children to the cheder when they're around 6 or 7 years old, all based on their health, like we discussed yesterday. But under the age of 6, we don't enter them into the cheder because their minds are not ready for it. And we use corporal punishment, hitting, in order to instill a level of fear with regard to that subject matter that they're learning. However, the Rambam qualifies, we don't do this to do it in a spiteful way. Therefore, we don't use a staff or a different type of stick to hurt them, which is going to cause them significant pain. Rather, we use a small strap, and that's enough to instill that fear, while not doing it in a spiteful, anger way. We sit and teach them there all day long, and a little bit at night, in order to teach them that they should learn day and night, like we said, that it instills a level of routine into the Torah learning. These children don't stop learning, except on Erev Shabbos and Erev Yom Tov towards the end of the day, and on holidays itself. And the reason we do this is because we don't want children to look at Yom Tov with a negative light. If they know that they have to go to school and they have any negative feelings towards that learning, so they're going to look at Yom Tov as a time of burden, and we don't want them to feel that. But on Shabbos we do teach them this Torah, but we don't teach them new things. We do chazara. And in general, we never have these children stop learning. Even for the building of the Beis HaMikdash, the Holy Temple, the children still learn because their Torah learning is holding up this world. Halacha Gimel, the Rambam speaks about qualities of a Rebbe. Let's say there's a Rebbe who he teaches them sometimes, and then he leaves for a little bit, or he teaches them other things as well. Or he teaches them very lazily. He's included in the curse that says, "Cursed is he who performs Hashem's work deceitfully." Therefore, you should only hire a teacher who is very careful in his instruction, and also somebody who has the fear of heaven upon him. Halacha Dalet, the Rambam says, an unmarried man, he shouldn't become a Rebbe, because the women, the mothers of these children, are going to come to pick up their kids. And neither should an unmarried girl be the mora of these little kids, because the fathers of the children are going to come and pick up their sons, and we don't want a situation where there's an Isser Yichud or some other unsneah situation occurring. Halacha Hey, the Rambam speaks about class sizes. There should only be 25 students learning from one teacher. If there's more than 25, ad arboim moishivin imay acher. If there's up to 40, so then you can have an assistant who's going to help that one Rebbe with his teaching. But if there's more than 40, so then you have to go and hire 2 full-time Rebbeim. You're allowed to switch a child from one teacher to another if the second teacher has an advantage over the first, whether it's reading Torah or some of the grammar, etc. When do these apply? If both teachers are in the same city and there's no river impeding in between them, aval meir liir ay mitzad anar litzidai afilu ba'isai ein ma'lichin esa katon ela imkein hayabinyan bari al gabe anar. You should not have this child go to this other teacher if it's in two separate cities, or even if it's in the same city but there's a river in between it, unless there's a strong bridge. Binyan she'ein rayu lipa b'meheira, this type of bridge that's not used to falling, but if there's an easy way of crossing the river, then fine. If it's in the same city, you could switch him to the other teacher. Halacha Zayin, the Rambam's going to speak about where you could have these type of schools. Echad mibnei mavoi shebikesh leya aseis malamed afilu echad mibnei achatzer ein yichoylin shcheinav limchais biyadei. Let's say somebody lives on an alleyway or in a courtyard and he wants to host a school there. None of the neighbors in the surrounding area could protest and say, don't have it here. Let's say a person opens a school right next to another school in order that other kids come to his school. Or even if he opens a competing school in order to attract the students from the school that already is there. The other person is not able to protest against this. Why? Because the pasuk says, Hashem chafetz l'man tzidkoi yagdil Torah v'yadir. That God desired, because of His righteousness, to make Torah great and glorious.